Peter.
Hi, I don't know how are you?
Good, mate. Hello, my name's John Pelfrey. I'm from Thermal Energy Solutions. Welcome to our series of webinars. Today we're focusing on a case study relating to one of our products in our range, being the MyPV ROSC20 and how it links in with our Enermax Smart Cube tank. Before we get into the actual topic today and I introduce our senior engineer, I'd like to also introduce our General Manager from Energy Smart Water, Chun, to have a few words in relation to the relationship between ESW and Thermal Energy Solutions. Thanks, Chun.
Hi, thanks, John. Thank you very much for inviting me today. So basically, I would like to introduce who we are. So Energy Smart Water, we call ESW. So we are the distributor and importer for innovative technology renewable products. So we import and distribute across the country in Australia, New Zealand, and Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, and Europe. So we partner with TES, Thermal Energy Solution, working through together with consultants, architects, electrician, plumber, tradespeople, PV installer, in a lot of different projects.
Right.
To help them in the renewable energy products.
Yep.
So especially our thermal batteries.
Yes.
If you look at here, you can see the wall of the tank itself is highly insulated.
Right.
So we only have a heat loss of 2 degrees over 24 hours.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Thanks for that, mate. We'll be talking to Chun quite a bit. I'd just like to reference, to go back to that point of the web of energy, the various energy sources that the tank can utilise to achieve domestic water heating, hydronic heating, or even pool heating. So today specifically, you'll see here now on the screen the animation showing the ROSC20. Solar PV collectors, 2 kilowatts of cable linked into our Smart Cube tank, into the control module, which in turn is connected to a vertical heating element. That provides the heat transfer. In turn, you can see here our stainless steel coil set, which carries the mains pressure water from the mains into the tank where the heat exchange process begins. Unpressurized water, a very durable and a very efficient way to change that heat transfer and to place it, as I say, for domestic hot water, hydronic heating, or even pool heating purposes as well. So I'm going to introduce you to another one of our team members today, Peter Teo. Peter's our Senior Engineer at Thermal Energy Solutions. And I've asked Pete to share with us some information relative to a case study that's been in the field now for a little while, a job that we've watched closely. As I say, a residential dwelling in metropolitan Sydney. Thanks very much for your time today, Pete. What can you tell us about how the ROSC20 has performed in the field in this particular application?
Yeah, so a bit of background regards to this particular case study is that this residential house is a family of 4 and they use quite a fair bit of hot water. So in this case, they got 2 adults, 2 toddlers. The toddlers do go to bath pretty much every day. So imagine that you feel quite a big volume of bathtub. And this house is located in Austria, which is on the southwest of Sydney, away from the coastal, about 50 kilometers away from the coastline. And they do experience quite extreme weather, so you get really hot summer and freezing cold winter, and in between they do suffer quite a fair bit of hails in between as well. And they got 7 PV panels up at the roof and combined about 2.1 kilowatt power of the to charge up the ROSC20. So in this case, like what you have seen in the graphic just then that being shown up is that the PV panels charge up a DC element and through the DC line, and it's a very straightforward installation because compared that to thermal solar, you need to run the pipes up to the roof, and in this case you just need to worry about cables, and cables does not have minimal heat losses in that, so you don't need to worry about energy being lost in the cable. And what we also observe is that the energy reduction of for this particular house is by 92% of the energy consumption for hot water, which is huge. And this equates to $59 annually they pay for their hot water bill. If not, then they compare that to the the standard hot water system will be $659 annually that they have to fork out for it. So all this information, we can precisely measure all this information because as I said, there is a data logger in the unit, and you can see how much of that is solar yield, how much of that is being backed up by the electric element. So and this can be easily just connect it up to your laptop, and you can display the data right in front of you. The data, then you can download it in a form of spreadsheet, and then you can run whole kind of analysis on the spreadsheet if you want to go to that pathway. And so compare this system to a thermal solar system. That what we find is like this direct PV system definitely a lot more efficient and work a lot better, especially in an extreme temperature environment.
Sorry to jump in, Pete. How did the system perform in the recent bushfire season? I know for a fact that Sydney was very much impacted, made in terms of the climate and the bushfire season. What was the result with that, Pete?
Yeah, the result actually surprises us. As you can see in front of the graphs, where we pointed out where the bushfire happened during end of 2019, early 2020. That you can see that the solar yield, it dropped, but it still does not drop significantly. You can see a bit of dip, but it's fine. And it's still sufficient enough to cover 100% of the hot water load for the family. As you can see that there's no electric backup being called out at the time. So, which is very good because it's like during the bushfire season, you've got low radiant sun because being blocked out by the smoke. And dust being built out on the panels as well, and it still provides sufficient energy or cover 100% of the hot water load for that particular season.
Okay, fantastic. So the installation of the system, Pete, combination of electrical and plumbing. Can you just talk us through the basics here, mate, relative to what was involved with the job in terms of the installation and commissioning?
Yeah, so it's easy to liaise it to the PV installer. So we just show that diagram to the PV installer. They just get it straight away. It's just like, all right, we're just going to put 7 panels up there and connect it up to the ROSC20, pretty much how they would connect an inverter. So a very straightforward process on a PV installer. For plumbing side, straightforward as well. The plumber just pretty much spend, I'll say, probably 1 to 2 hours to pretty much connect the plumbing to the building plumbing.
Okay, so the cold water inlet in the tank, taking the water, from the mains to the stainless steel coil set. That hygienic water, Pete, that's important for a young family, I'd imagine. The stainless steel coil set always delivering that clean water.
Yeah, so the feedback is that we haven't got any energy. Our hot water at all. So the system keep delivering sufficient hot water for a family of 4.
And no blockages, mate, with any filters, strainers, or any downstream components, mate, taking the hot water. No issue with that sort of thing.
No, not at all, and no call out, no service call out as well at all. So the families are very happy with the system.
Fantastic. Okay, so in a summary, we look forward to delivering this series of webinars to you based on our web of energy. To contact us, you can either go to our website at Thermal Energy Solutions or to Energy Smart Water. And we have people standing by in our Sydney and Melbourne offices that can start discussing with you your needs relative to whether it's a residential dwelling looking for a combination of domestic hot water, hydronic heating and pool heating out of the one system, all the way up to the very largest commercial and industrial facility that we'll be talking about further as we go through this webinar series. Thank you very much for your time today. We look forward to talking to you soon and delivering some more webinar case studies in the future. Thank you very much and bye for now. That's how dedicated he is, Harvo. He's changed his name by Deepole to TES. He's dedicated.